Hello out there, YouTube community. Josh here with a two-part video. Today we're going to talk a little bit about history lessons and the banking system and how it works for something the federal government is not reporting and the mainstream media and the Federal Reserve are keeping quiet about. And that would be the default that occurred in June that nobody's talking about. Since I'm also going to make fun of the government because I made 3 videos for the National Shithead Agency and the Central Incompetence Agency to forward over to Congress to prevent that from happening, and they didn't do it. Since I know they're watching through Prism, as you can see, I've got my handy-dandy government. 1 star, very bad, would not recommend. Somehow the creator of this shirt gave the federal government a higher reputation than their fucking credit score. So while I'm getting everything pulled up here on the old computer, because I do got to make a payment so I don't go into default, a little history on the banking system and how it works. The liberals in this country are running Hitler's playbook step by step. Hitler actually buried Germany in debt during the 20s. And it was actually the United States that had the money at the time because of the Roaring 20s that was loaning Hitler the money. All right, that allowed Hitler to increase taxes to increase poverty. And of course, the Democrats are always wanting to increase taxes. So let me explain how the banking system works. The Federal Reserve is a private, for-profit institution like any other bank in this country. Okay? They're not a part of the federal government. They just simply finance the federal government. So regional banks, such as like my bank is Huntington. We also have PNC Bank in this area. We have, I think, Chase Bank, a few others. But regional banks and national banks, when they need to finance a loan, say like you mortgage a house or you're financing a car, and they do not have the available cash on hand to make that payment for that property that you're buying, they got to borrow it from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve sets an interest rate known as the prime rate. So when you read in the news that the feds are increasing the interest rates, that's the interest rate they're increasing, the prime rate that they loan to banks, which thus the bank then that you're borrowing from has to charge you more interest to cover the interest they got to pay the Federal Reserve. Okay, that's how that works. I learned about that in accounting and business classes in high school. Okay, so when the Federal Reserve says they're increasing interest rates to combat inflation, that is a total fabricated bullshit lie. It couldn't be any more fucking further from the truth than Neptune is from the Earth. Increasing the interest rate on loaned money increases the amount of money you got to pay back. That drives inflation, not the other way around. Now that we've covered that, okay, what is a default? What happens when you default and how it can affect your credit score? And I'll do a skill transfer and the tools and education level needed so you don't go into default and be like the government. First, what is a default? A default is the failure to repay a debt, including interest or principal on a loan or security. A default can occur when a borrower is unable to make timely payments, misses payments, or avoids or stops making payments. Now, how does that affect your credit score? Well, the federal government gets a credit rating from different credit reporting agencies than we do. We get a numerical score. They get an alphanumeric, like ABC. They're probably at fucking Z right about now with 33 trillion of debt. But it'll hurt your credit score. Now, for those of us with numeric score, the FICO system goes from 300 to 850. Missing one payment on a debt can cause you to lose up to 180 points off your credit score. You can go from an 850 to a 670 from missing one payment. In fact, actually, they show in this article you could drop by up to 130. And that was just from one FICO study. Okay, your lender can take your collateral if you have collateral. You can be harassed by debt collectors. My guess is Joe Biden's phone is ringing off the hook from central banks that own U.S. debt right about now. Suffice to say, defaulting on a personal loan is never a good idea. It also shows lenders you're not willing to pay back your debt. Nobody's going to loan you money when they know you're not going to pay it back. Okay? Now, on to the skill transfer. As you can see, I've got my credit card payment details up here. Okay, level of education for this exercise, high school diploma or GED equivalent, since that's usually what you need to get a job. You will need your credit book or checkbook, whatever account you're using to make the payment from, and it'll need to be balanced and reconciled. You will need an ink pen. This one is a black Sharpie S gel. Congress, I know your ink is fire engine fucking red, like this Target shopping bag over here. Okay, and you will need a calendar. This is a paper version of a calendar. Most smartphones, in fact, every smartphone I've owned has a calendar on it nowadays, because you will need to know the difference between a day and a business day. All right. Most banks do business Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Some do Saturday. I do not know of any that do Sunday. But there may be banks out there that consider Sunday a business day if they're open for business. All right. And the reason being is there's two ways you can typically make a payment. As you probably watched my first video on how to make a loan payment for dummies, making fun of the government, I mailed out a check. That can take 7 to 10 business days. So today is Saturday, December 2nd. My payment is due December 8th. If I was to mail a check out, it's not going to get to the post office till Monday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Discover may not even receive it till the 14th. That would be a late payment and put me in default. So we're going to go with electronic funds transfer. All right. Automated clearinghouse transfers or ACH transactions, when you do an EFT, typically only take 1 to 2 business days. With Discover, I actually have text alerts set up so they will text me when the payment posts to my account. Oh, yeah, stay logged in. Okay. All right, so I want to make a payment. Of course, it ain't enough to pay the debt off, but I do want to make as much of a payment as I can without making my checkbook go negative. So I can reduce the amount of interest. All right. Oh, wait, no. There we go. Okay, do I want to use my cashback bonus? No, I can hold on to that. Payment date. Okay, now see, notice, Discover will let me schedule the payment today. All right. Okay, it'll ask for the account. Of course, it's coming out of my Huntington checking account. And you will verify all your payment details. This is real easy. And notice they even show you on the website, due 12/8/23. Okay. Notice they give you the terms and conditions too. They'll tell you as long as you schedule it by 5 p.m. Eastern time on the day it's scheduled, some may be canceled or modified until midnight of that day. Basically, once I hit this confirm, I'm already after midnight. I'm not going to be able to change it, but I don't want to anyway. So I click confirm. And voila. Discover gives me a confirmation number, which they will email me that, and I will save that. And it, like I said, it takes 1 to 2 business days. So I may not get the text alert till about Wednesday of next week. But this is how you stay out of default. Don't want to be like the almighty, omnipotent, all-knowing, all-powerful government, do you? I know I don't. Let's see, they can't read a calendar, can't balance a checkbook, can't pay their fucking bills. Fuck is anybody afraid of these people for? So I got a little bonus at the end of the video. I wrote a letter to the director of the CIA. He refused my letter and I sent it back. I wanted to share some of the memes that I went ahead and sent him. My message to the federal government, of course, go fuck yourself. My attitude when the government tells me what I may and may not do. And since this all started over some stupid shit on some video games, the CIA director unlocked a special Xbox Live achievement for be a fucking retard. And you know what? If you assholes over at the Central Incompetence Agency are watching this right now and you're offended, you're probably guilty, but that's none of my business. Thanks for watching, folks.